Hawthorn have now won 3 games. They're 3-0, having played in the opening round, and we've lost 2 games. So essentially, we're 5 games behind the Hawks.
Well, we are back. It's another episode of The Nest, and look, week after week, we just seem to be winning. Like, it just seems to be positive result after positive result, and there's been some wise words spoken this week from fan channels among the areas, but we beat Carlton. Look, that was expected from the start. Now, let's just refresh you from what we spoke about last week. With this little thing from Blue Abroad.
Bro, you got blokes Fortnite emoting in the middle of the fucking G doing somersaults, bro. They're Fortnite emoting on us.
Backflips at the MCG.
These blokes Fortnite emoting on us, bro. Fucking deep it, bro.
So we had that last week on Blue Abroad. We've got it here.
These blokes
also
Fortnite
on the
emoting on us,
the
bro.
old soundboard
deep
here.
it, bro.
How good is that? How good is that? That's what I'm talking about. But this week, we also had Freo Faithful talk a bit about Hawthorn. Now, Freo Faithful is this small little Fremantle fan channel. That's if you forget what club Fremantle is, it's that club with no fans and no premierships, more importantly. This is what they spoke about in their latest video. Have a look at this.
Hawthorn have now won 3 games. They're 3-0, having played in the opening round, and we've lost 2 games. So essentially, we're 5 games behind the Hawks.
Wow. Don't you just love it? Don't you just love it? We are so good. Oh my God, we're good. Wow. To just have Freo Faithful talking that positively about it, it wasn't in my bingo card for 2025. But tell you what is in my bingo card for 2025, Fremantle coming last. Fremantle are awful. Everyone said that Fremantle were going to be really good too. Everyone's telling me how good Fremantle are going to be. Oh, they're going to be this, they're going to be that, they're going to be top 4. They've got the best list in the competition. They've got the best list Fremantle's ever had. It's not hard to have the best list Fremantle's ever had because they're all rubbish. Where's Fremantle premiership list? Non-existent. Non-existent. Anyway, guys, we're back for the Nest. Beautiful, beautiful times at the Nest. Beautiful, beautiful wins at the Nest. That's what I'm talking about. We are 3-0. We are 3-0 coming to our matchup this week against the Giants. And wow, what a week. What a week of football. Belting the Blues. We've talked about this more in the review. More updates on the Nest's whole weekly schedule or the Hawker weekly schedule. The review, whatever, on Monday. But also on Monday, brand new to Hawker. Whoa, some big numbers here going to be polled. Make Monday is the new live stream where you can get on and ask us questions. Pretty similar to Hawthorn Agenda, except Hawthorn Agenda is probably a bit more intellectual than Make Monday. But yes, so every Monday live for Make Monday. Everyone get excited. Make Monday is going to be awesome. I'll tell you what was awesome this week also. The fact that Melbourne got belted by North Melbourne. What a week of football we had. Let's have a look at the fixture. Thursday night started off very strongly. Hawthorn got the win against Carlton. Carlton are rubbish, let's be honest. They're a bunch of useless little Blues they are. Friday night, controversial game of the week, Collingwood Bulldogs, where Collingwood won the game. Dogs had their 150-year celebration, or 100-year, sorry. How good was that 100-year celebration from the Dogs, though? I was good. I'm interested to see how Hawthorn are going to do it. Because we're definitely a bigger club than the Dogs. We've had more success than the Dogs. So how's the Hawk going to do it? I'm very giddy with excitement to see. Essendon, Adelaide, what a great game of football. Like, high scoring. Essendon did lose by 61 points, which added to the game. Crows are looking awesome, except, now, come on. You can't go around saying, I'm going to whisper now because I'm getting real. You can't go around saying Crows are premiership favourites. They've played St Kilda and Essendon. If they beat Hawthorn, I think they might be premiership favourites. They may be. They may be to a point premiership favourites. Do I think they are? Absolutely not. Port Adelaide, Richmond. Richmond went back to their expected ways, and Port Adelaide, nice little fight back there after getting belted by Collingwood, which you don't like to see Port Adelaide do nicely, but you appreciate good football when you see it. St Kilda, Geelong, great game from St Kilda. Everyone just give a quick round of applause from St Kilda. It was a bit of a shock, but the Cats came back and they nearly won, but luckily they lost. So Cats are still shit. Saints did actually really well. Ross the Boss's game plan finally kicked in, which for a while now I've been saying, Ross, come on, let's get into this. But hey, look, they did well. As long as the Cats lose, that's what I'm talking about. Eagles, Lions, Eagles, I should be saying, at the Gabba. Eagles had a really strong start to the game. Oh, what a shock. But the next shock is that bang, the Lions came back and belted them. Controversy with Harley Reid also, as he got a bit nippy at the old Lions fans. So, yes, is he a good player? As Nick Watson better? Yes. So we can move on from that pretty swiftly. North Melbourne. This is the game of the week. I tell you right now, who tipped North Melbourne? If you tip North Melbourne, genuinely, you can have my house. I don't own my house, but you can have my family's house, which my family owns. Wonderful stuff from North Melbourne. Clarko. We appreciate Clarko's efforts for Hawthorn, but for North Melbourne, do we appreciate them? Not sure. And then you love to see the old Freo faithful, who are now 2-0. Let's play the video again. Where's the video?
Hawthorn have now won 3 games. They're 3-0, having played in the opening round. And we've lost 2 games. So essentially we're 5 games behind the Hawks.
Rubbish, the lot of them. We're 5 games ahead of them, according to the old Freo faithful there. Do we trust them in any of the things they say? I wouldn't personally. They're from Fremantle. Who do you know that's from Fremantle? Anyway, Supercoach this week. I scored a grand total of... Wait till it loads. 1,934, which is pretty good. I think it was in the top 13%. I used my 3 trades this week. My 3 trades was Freya in for Perryman. I kept Perryman for another week and immediately regretted it. O'Sullivan came in for... Who did Connor O'Sullivan come in for? Not sure. So Colin O'Sullivan's in my team. He's going to make me a fair bit of cash. And I made another trade. Who was my other trade? Or was that it? Wait, who was my other trade I made? Freya O'Sullivan. Oh, Max Hall. Got out Hugo Garcia, who was selling the bag immensely. So Max Hall came in to my side. Am I expected to win this week? Look, probably. I'm in a league full of dud mates from school, so yeah. Also, Will Day, I'm keeping him, everyone. We're keeping Will Day for another week. So let's just fingers crossed Will Day gets like 240 this week, and all the people that traded him immediately regret it. Connor McDonald and James Worpel. Now, I'll put some footage on the screen right now in the post-edit of James Worpel running. He is running. He's nearly back. Connor McDonald, on the other hand, is going to miss 3 to 4 weeks, which is extremely unfortunate because McDonald was just getting his season started. But how good is this footage right now that we are watching? I'm not watching it currently, but you will be watching of James Worpel running around Waverley Park. I could watch it all day. All day I could watch this footage of James Worpel running around. He seems to be doing very well and getting back into the side for this week, hopefully. There is an opportunity for some players to come into the side. The 2 main ones, Henry Hustwaite He went to a brilliant school. He knows what he's doing too. We've seen him do it before on the big stage. There's an opportunity for him to come to the side. Of course, the classic option to come to the side is one of the greatest small forwards of all time, in Luke Breust. But a Tasmanian return for Hock also against the Giants. Now, majority of the time we beat the Giants. So, do I think we're going to beat the Giants this time? Without a doubt, 100%. How good is Tasmania too? When Tasmania do come into this league and we get our one game a year there, I'm going to be devastated because Tasmania is beautiful. University of Tasmania Stadium is a highlight of my year, each year. So, to go back there, get the win against the Giants, set our season up even more than we have already, it's going to be beautiful. Thanks everyone for watching the Nest. That is the Nest for this week. It's a short-ish Nest. That's what I'm talking about. Hockball's back. It is round 3, the Nest, episode number 5. Total. We are going through these Nest episodes like Freo go through coaches, Essendon go through coaches, Carlton go through coaches, Gold Coast go through coaches. Wow, beautiful. That's what I'm talking about. We're ending it there.